is going to be a quick review of the ICS FullMetal M4-27. First of all, you'll notice it's in green. Also, the angled foregrip, the sight and sight protector don't come with it, same as this Lipo. First of all, it has a metal folding stock. The bottom bar is steel, but the rest is kind of average metal. The rest of the gun is full metal apart from the pistol grip. Everything else is metal. Does have a bolt catch. It's a non-functional one that I had to take mine out to do because of wiring. It's also not the stock trigger either. Comes with a standard M4 trigger, obviously. Fire selector is safe. Semi-auto. It's a bit loose, but this is a used gun. Yeah, it's full metal, has a functioning charging handle. Doesn't lock to the back, but quite a nice noise. Obviously, mag catch on the right side, safety on the left. Has a functioning decocker. This isn't actually a decock, it's a forward assist, but when you push this forwards, it'll reset the gears if they're not already in the right position, so it will release the anti-reverse latch, allowing them to push backwards. It comes with a PUQ box which you can put batteries in. I've put in a 7.4 volt Lipo, which is quite difficult to get in, but you can fit in. They have special batteries for on 01 Airsoft, I believe. Let's go to magazines. First of all, this is an Airsoft Systems 85 round mid cap, and it does not fit. You can get it to fit, but you have to sand it down a lot like this one and then put some tape around it. But even then, it doesn't click in, but it does feed, and it's difficult to get out, as you can see. It fits these. This is a GFC made by Gunfire. It's a 500 round high cap that fits in perfectly fine. There's barely any wobble, and that is a bit difficult to get in. It's a bit tight, but that's the same magazine. This is a Cymer 300 round high cap. Fits in perfectly fine. Bit of wobble there. This is a D-Boys high cap as well. Right. Also fits in no problem, but has a bit of wobble. And these are, I don't know what, I don't even know what brand they are, they're just some average high caps. They also fit but have a bit of wobble, and the other one is exactly the same. So magazine compatibility is pretty good, apart from the Airsoft Systems mid caps. And that is because of the large front bit here. But I know that they fit in different guns. And the reason why is in front of the hot chamber you can see that little metal kind of bar just about here. And that prevents the Airsoft Systems mid caps from fitting in, because that catches on the front of the magazine, so they can't actually get in the gun, so they can't reach the hot chamber to feed. And you can see I have quite a lot of wiring due to having a Mosfet in there, which is why there is no bolt catch, because normally the bolt catch has a little bit of metal that holds in the wiring in place, so it doesn't get in the way. But I had too much wires and had to take that out. Right, now let's get into an internal review. First of all, this is the stock piston and gears. First of all, the piston is only a one steel tooth piston. As you can see, it's a bit dirty. Piston head is not ported, which means the air seal won't be as good. As you can see, the back of the teeth are a bit bad. And it also has that setup where the spring is attached to the piston, making the piston and the spring heavier because it has to have the attaching system, which in turn makes the rate of fire slower, which is bad, and the spring is pretty weak as well. The gears are, alright. Kind of standard you'd find in a standard gun, really. The bevel gear has a bit of damage on it. The tooth is shaving away, probably, but that was a bit my fault, to be honest. This isn't the actual spur gear, because the spur gear is in a gun over there. which is halfway through being built, but this is pretty much the same. The spur gear was alright, pretty similar quality to these. One thing I do have to say is they were shimmed pretty badly. It sounded horrible, the gun. It just sounded really bad. The rest of the internals that aren't there, those are the only internals I've taken out, are in here. The spring guide is plastic, which is not a good thing, and has not got a bearing on it. Again, not a good thing. Taillight plate is just average. Anyway, as I was saying, the taillight plate is a standard taillight plate. The cylinder is actually a brass one that is ported on both sides. The cylinder head is plastic and only has one O-ring, which is not good. The nozzle is plastic and has no O-ring at all. The internal part of the gearbox, I'm pretty disappointed with the quality, to be honest. The motor, on the other hand, is a good motor, but this is an expensive gun. This is the FullMetal version, which is roughly about £250, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But you know, for that much, you'd expect good quality internals. And to be honest, they're not that good, to be honest. Now I've done work on it, it fires quite nicely, but beforehand it was horrible. It was a horrible sounding gun, and it just didn't fire very well. And it took me quite a while to actually get it to fire well, because, you know, not what you want to do to get your gun just to fire nicely. You don't have to, you know, spend ages shimming it and redoing the wiring and everything. The wiring it came with was decent. It wasn't fused or anything or had a Mosfet, it was just standard wiring. As you can see, I now have installed a Mosfet, the wires are very long. These are the battery I was talking about that go in the VQ box. It's a 8.4 volt NIM, but it's just slightly different formatted so it fits in pretty well. And then you can do which resets the trigger, not the trigger, the gears. So now there's no spring tension, which is all good. So it increases the longevity of your parts. If you left it with the spring all tense and the piston back, it would eventually damage the piston teeth and kind of wear out all the springs and latches and stuff, because they will have tension on them for a while. Which is obviously not what you want. But overall, this is a good quality gun. It is quite hefty. I'm not sure exactly how much it weighs, but it is quite a lot for a gun of this size. As I said, you know, most of the thing's metal. Pretty much all of it's metal, apart from like one piece, or two pieces. It is very heavy. To fold the stock, you simply push it up and it folds round like that. You can remove the stock. If you just remove those two screws, you can take the entire stock valve up to here and just left with a little stumpy bit. You can get like different adapters for it. I know that. You can get one that's just a little sling plate, so you can have it like a pistol size. Finding the stock out was a bit difficult with one hand, but there we go. All done. And I've obviously attached a sling. It doesn't have any sling mounts, unfortunately. I've just kind of put a zip tie around there, as there are no actual sling points unless you have one that ties on. Yeah, it's none on the front or anything. It has iron sights. It has like a M16 carry handle and a flip up front sight, both made out of metal. They're obviously not on the gun at the moment. So to wrap up, it's a good quality gun, but I would recommend doing some kind of getting someone to do some kind of internal modifications, as it didn't shoot very well when I got it, and now it shoots a bit better, and I haven't actually finished it. I'm going to do some other things, and I'll do an update of that once I've done them, probably in the next week or so. And I'm going to be skirming shit on the 3rd, so I'll be able to get skirmish videos up, as well as, you know, videos of this shooting, and probably not another review, but a a little update on how the gun actually shoots. The range is quite good for a gun of this size. I haven't done anything to the hop up yet. I might flat hop it at some point,